Hey there, swim fans. Welcome to the My Swim Pro show. My name is Ksebati, CEO of My Swim Pro, and today I'm excited to share how you can swim faster. I'm also excited to share who the Apple Watch giveaway winner is. So stay tuned for later in this video. We'll be announcing who won the Apple Watch in our 2020 Happy New Year giveaway contest. But the reason why you're here, how do you swim faster in the pool or in open water? There's only two ways that you can swim faster. Only two. A lot of people think there's a lot of different ways, and if we break down the basics and the fundamentals of swimming, there's only two ways to get faster. Number one, you have to reduce drag, right? Reduce drag. So what does drag even mean? Drag is the resistance that your body has in the water. If you remember, water is a medium that is 800 times more dense than air. That means to move through water, that medium that is so resistive on your body, it takes 800 times more work theoretically than it does to move through air. So when you're talking about running compared to swimming, compared to cycling, yes, there's wind resistance, but in the water it's 800 times more dense. So because that your body is moving through this medium of water that is so thick, for lack of a better word, you have to reduce that resistance as much as possible, and that's actually the easiest way to swim faster. So how do you do that? How do you actually reduce your drag in the pool or in open water? And this concept applies for any stroke: freestyle, backstroke, butterfly, breaststroke. All of the strokes, if anything, the short axis strokes, you have the most resistance. So I'm talking about butterfly and breaststroke. That's why it feels so difficult to swim butterfly, and breaststroke feels like you're moving so slow, because your body's lower in the water, you have more resistance. So this starts with your body position, right? Your body position is how you're situated in the water, and that starts with your head. Your head position leads towards what your body position will be. So when you swim, if you're doing breaststroke, butterfly, or freestyle, you need to have your head in line with your spine, and you need to have your eyes focus on the bottom of the pool. If you're swimming in open water, you're looking down. You're not looking in the direction where you want to go. I know in open water swimming, you have to lift your head up to spot. And of course, when you're breathing, you're not looking directly down. But to reduce drag, the most effective way is to improve your body position. And that means dropping your head down so it's in line with your spine. That'll bring your hips up, and it'll reduce your profile in the water so that your body occupies less space in the water. Another way that you can reduce drag is to make your kick smaller. Now this particularly applies, actually this applies for all of the strokes, but it's easiest to see in freestyle, dolphin kick, the flutter kick for freestyle and backstroke, because the amplitude of your kick, right? If you think my fingers are your legs, and this is how big your kick is, the bigger the amplitude, the distance from the top toe to the bottom, the total distance of kick, if that's too big and it goes outside of your body line, then that's going to make you a lot slower, because the propulsive nature of that kick is going to be reduced by the amount of drag that you have created. So you want to have a really small kick. I always recommend less than half a meter in total amplitude, and the same thing applies for breaststroke. The bigger your kick is, if your knees extend outside your body line. Another way that you can reduce the drag your body makes in the water is by rotation. Rotating allows your body to cut through the water through a smaller profile. If you think about your body, you want to be like a speedboat. You don't want to be like a cruise ship or an oil tanker that's really flat, really wide, moving through the water really, really slow. You want to have your body like a speedboat. Speedboats are really long, they're narrow, their profile through the water is super, super tiny. So as a result, you want to focus on rotation, and by rotating your body, you're going to be able to cut the profile and reduce the amount of drag that you have. Now, that's the first way that you can swim faster. It's by reducing the amount of drag your body has in the water. Now let's talk about that Apple Watch giveaway. This is an Apple Watch. It's a super cool piece of technology. You can swim in the pool, you can swim in open water, you can track your workouts with the My Swim Pro app, you can follow structured workouts with our app as well. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, make sure you're subscribed so you can pay attention to the next Apple Watch or any other smartwatch or product giveaway that we do. And also make sure you hit that like button. So without further ado, who is the winner of the Apple Watch? If you know, My Swim Pro is compatible with the Apple Watch. It also syncs with Garmin, Fitbit, Wear OS, and a number of other wearables to be announced shortly. If you're not familiar with this giveaway, we ran it for 1 week, the first week of the year. It was a Happy New Year video, and we wanted to award a member of our global community with an Apple Watch. All you had to do was comment on the video, what is your favorite stroke and why? Could be anything: butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle, open water swimming, kicking, side stroke. And we had hundreds of people share their favorite stroke. It was amazing to see the engagement on this video, and members of our community from all over the world were commenting and liking. Really, really cool to see. And without further ado, the Apple Watch giveaway goes to James Blackman. James, huge shout out to you. Congratulations on winning the Apple Watch. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel so that way you can learn about all the awesome giveaways, whether it's an Apple Watch, another smartwatch, t-shirt swag like this, a membership to our subscription, or anything else. Make sure you subscribe so you can know about all of these awesome opportunities that are coming up. And also make sure that you hit that like button. Congratulations again to James Blackman for winning our Apple Watch giveaway contest. Now let's talk about the second way that you can swim faster. So we already talked about step one, reduce drag. Step number two is to increase propulsion. So what does that even mean? Propulsion is how you accelerate your body through the water, right? How do you actually grab the water? How do you propel yourself through the medium that is 800 times more dense than air? I'm talking about water. Water is really thick, and because the water is such a resistive property, you can actually use it to your advantage to swim faster if you know how to do that. So the best way to increase your propulsion is by working on your catch. And your catch is how you actually grab the water. And this applies for all the strokes, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. If you think about the body, right, you have the upper body, which is what your arms are gonna be doing, and then you have the lower body, which is really your kick. Let's talk about the upper body first. So when we're talking about the catch, there's three parts of the arm movement, right? So you have the initial catch, which is where your fingertips slide into the water. And if it's breaststroke, it's gonna be a little bit different. Butterfly is a little different. Backstroke, it's different, but it's the same concept of grabbing the water. So step one, fingertips enter the water. Step two, you initiate an early vertical forearm. And we have an awesome video, Whiteboard Wednesday, that I did about the early vertical forearm, and also a workout of the week that are gonna be linked in the description. But step two of this whole process is to initiate that early vertical forearm and catch the water and get that forearm as vertical as possible to create that propulsive anchor point that allow you to propel through the water. Now, step three is the pull phase and the exit. So step one is the entry and getting into the early vertical forearm, and step two is the pull phase, pulling in a straight line directly in front of the shoulder all the way down through the finish, and making sure that phase is as continuous as possible to pull the water in a propulsive nature. So that's how you can improve your swimming performance, by focusing specifically on increasing your propulsion, right? Fingertips in, early vertical forearm, pull phase, and then push out the back, right? And that's for both arms. Again, we talked about reducing drag. There's rotation in there. So you stick your hand in the water, you've got rotation, you grab the water, and then you pull all the way through to the back. So that is the upper body, how you can increase propulsion. Now, how do you increase propulsion with your kick? Believe it or not, it's the same thing but different as how you reduce drag. So we talked about the amplitude of your kick. It can't be too big. At the same time, it can't be too small. So when you find that perfect balance of the amplitude of your kick, we're talking how big your toes come apart, your legs should be pretty straight. And the way you generate the most propulsive power in the flutter kick for freestyle, backstroke, and butterfly is to have as straight of a leg as possible. Meaning you're not bending your knees, you're kicking with your hips, you're kicking with your core, and you're engaging your entire body to create that propulsive, the power behind your kick. This is a little bit different for breaststroke because you've got that frog kick, right? The frog kick is a little bit different, but it's the same concept. It needs to be compact, efficient, so that way you're not increasing the amount of drag that you have, and you're focusing just on the propulsive nature of what the kick can produce, right? So those are the two ways that you can swim faster, right? There's only two ways. You can't get fancy. If we break it down to the simple core elements, there's only two ways to swim faster. Step number one, reduce the amount of drag that your body has moving through the water. Step number two is to increase the propulsion that you have. This applies for butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, or freestyle. And on top of that, I'll tell you guys that the easiest of those two, the easier one of those two to improve, to see immediate results, is not increasing propulsion. A lot of people think, okay, I need to train, I need to get stronger, I need to be able to pull more water. That's actually not true. You can get faster, but that takes a lot more time, and the impact on your swimming performance is actually a lot lower than if you focus on the first one, which is reducing the amount of drag you have. Just by focusing on your body position, getting your eyes down, increasing raising your hips in the water, and getting your body position to be a lot higher in the water can increase your swimming speed by 20 or 30%, depending on how poor your body position is in the first place, right? Simple things like rotation will allow you to get into that catch a lot more efficiently than you could just by simply trying to pull harder. So it's really important that you focus on decreasing the drag that you have, make your kick smaller, make sure you're rotating. And if you want more tips like this, make sure you check out the Whiteboard Wednesday I did on how to swim perfect freestyle and how you can improve your swimming performance, whether it's freestyle or any other stroke. If you like this video, make sure you smash the like button. Also, be sure you're subscribed to our channel for more giveaways and awesome swimming tips and workouts of the week and interviews from people that are changing the sport of swimming. And we'll see you guys next time.